Today we're talking about 32-year-old Luis Soto, an inmate who somehow found a way to smuggle in a .22 caliber pistol inside of the jail that he was being housed in. Not only was he able to get this pistol in the jail, he was even able to shoot a fellow inmate. Now this wild story actually starts the day Luis is arrested, okay? He was arrested on some very devious, dirty, nasty charges, including forcibly touching a minor, all right? That's as far as I'm gonna go because that's all you need to know.
Suspected gun smuggler Luis Soto walked into Mount Vernon court Friday night under heavy security. Only Pix 11 was there for his second trip in front of Judge Tamika Cloverdale in 24 hours.
He does pose an extreme flight risk.
Thursday, the same judge ordered him to the county lockup for child sex abuse charges. Soto was then handcuffed and loaded into this prisoner transport van with 4 other prisoners by Mount Vernon police officers. Remarkably, sources say Soto managed to stash a .22 caliber revolver in his buttocks the entire time.
Now Luis is panicking because he realized that he has a loaded firearm clenched in between his butt cheeks that nobody was able to find, all right? Now he can't really squat it out because there's cameras in the cell and there's other people around that will easily be able to say, hey, that guy just dropped that gun right there, all right? So Luis thinks to himself, I'm gonna keep this where it's at, all right? I'm gonna keep my butt cheeks as clenched as possible, and I'm gonna deliver this baby the first chance I get where I don't think anybody's gonna be able to see this, all right? So the next morning, it's time for all of the inmates to go to county, because remember, they at the police station. They don't stay at the police station. That's where they first go, all right? So they get them rounded up. They get the shackles on their feet. They get the handcuffs on their hands. They link them up and they bring them inside the van. All right. Now, while in the van, Luis thinks to himself, this is my best shot. This is my best opportunity to get rid of this pistol that I know for a fact I'm going to get forever for just because I brought it this far anyways. All right. So he's sitting there with his hands behind his back, scrambling and scraping like P. Diddy, all right?
Scrambling and scraping for shit.
Scrambling and scraping inside of the depths of hell where the sun don't shine, all right? He pulls it out finally, but you got to understand, this man is in a very awkward position. There's not too much control he has over the firearm, which leads to him accidentally pulling the trigger, all right? Now, the bullet flies out and hits the person directly next to him, okay? He just made that man a millionaire, by the way, which we'll talk about in a second.
And while en route to jail, allegedly shot a fellow prisoner in the leg.
The officers reported hearing a single gunshot from the rear of the van. The officers immediately returned to police headquarters where additional department personnel assisted in safely offloading the prisoners.
Regardless, though, the police hear the shot. Not only that, they hear the person cry out in pain like, oh my gosh, this guy just shot me. The police just do a U-turn. You understand? They don't get out. They don't tackle. They don't escape. They don't do nothing. They just do a U-turn and drive right back to the police station, okay? Where they back the van up into the parking lot, open the door, see the man bleeding from his leg, and see the gun on the floor. Now, the police are asking all type of questions, mainly how the hell did this guy get this gun inside of this van? How did he get this far with this pistol? All right? So they do their investigation and they find out that 2 officers dropped the ball. And you know how it goes in the world of the police. If you do something wrong, they throw you on desk duty for a few months, or at least until everybody forgets about what happened. All right.
The Mount Vernon Police Department in Westchester County launching a joint investigation into how Soto slipped the gun past so many layers of security since his arrest October 15th. Sources say it's possible he had it hidden on him in the courtroom too.
So all them times they never patted him down, that weapon was still on him? That's unresponsible, it's unacceptable.
Outrage from the community as the department overhauls its search protocol for all inmates again.
The use of the department's magnetometer handheld wand is now mandatory for all new prisoner processings. The use of it was optional previously.
The 2 officers directly involved have been put on desk duty. while the 32-year-old Bronx man said nothing as he was remanded to jail once more on the gun charges.
Based upon these charges and also what occurred yesterday, as such, he is going to be remanded.
It's unclear if the shooting was intentional or accidental. The victim is still in the hospital recovering, and Soto has been ordered to stay away from him until his next court date.
Imagine if Lewis was able to get this handgun out from the depths of hell and just decided, you know what? I ain't going down. They can't take me alive, and I'm taking a few of you guys with me. Imagine how tragic it would be to tell a mother, not only did we lock up your son, but we also threw him in a cell with a man with a gun that he couldn't run away from. Like, imagine telling them that just because, and this man just killed your son because he had the means to do so, because two of our officers dropped the ball, all right? Forget that. What about the police themselves? Imagine a police officer, because remember, they got a rack. They can't even go inside the jail with their guns. Every time I see a body cam before they enter inside the jail, like the jail where they hold the people at the police station, they got to put their guns up. All right. So imagine this guy's like, hey, officer, I need some help. Can you come over here? Bow, right through the cell. You understand? So it's a very spicy, sticky situation. And I hate the fact that nothing's going to happen. Actually, no. Let me take that back. Something is going to happen. The taxpayers of New York are going to have to pay for not that I don't want the man who got shot to get paid, because he deserves retribution. He deserves he deserves to be made whole. You understand? Somebody dropped the ball. But you're going to have to pay for it. The taxpayers are going to have to pay for it. This man is going to be rich off of the incompetence and off of the taxpayers' backs. You understand? Meanwhile, the police officers who did this get to keep their jobs. You understand? It's just going to be a crazy story that they're going to tell years from now. Oh, yeah, you remember those two? That's all that gets to happen. Meanwhile, this could have been a tragedy upon a tragedy upon another tragedy. All right, but everybody's just going to forget about it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to hit like on the video, make a comment, and move on. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, you know the vibes. Like and subscribe at the same damn time. I appreciate your viewership. Hit the litty for the titty on the chizzy. I'm out of here. Breathe easy.